Hi, welcome back to Vlogmas day 22. You are here on Just Maria D. It is indeed Maria D, and today I'm going to be making gingerbread. I'm going to be trying to make a gingerbread house from scratch. I have done them before many years ago, but we kind of have what we like to call the curse of the gingerbread house in our household. I have made several from scratch over the years, and without fail something goes wrong. So I'm going to do my best this year to break the curse. So come along for the ride. Firstly, I want to apologise for the lateness of this video. All my family are home again this week, and that is making it increasingly difficult to have time to narrate videos in quiet. So I'm up bright and early on the 23rd to do so. I have got this recipe from the BBC Good Food site. I am doubling this recipe, but I am going to just give you the single measurements so that way you can make up your mind whether you need to double it as well. I have just added 250 grams of unsalted butter to the saucepan to begin to melt, and I'm now measuring out 200 grams of dark muscovado sugar. Once that is done, I add both of those to the saucepan to melt together. Then I start to measure out 7 tablespoons of golden syrup, which also gets added to the saucepan. All the idea is at this stage is to melt those ingredients together so they properly form. You don't have to boil it or simmer it. It really is just to melt them. While that is continuing to melt, add 600 grams of plain flour to a mixing bowl, and then add 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda. The next step is to add in your 4 teaspoons of ground ginger. Now it's time to mix all the ingredients in together. So I've taken the mixing bowl off the stand just because I was having a hard time to get the saucepan in without spilling it over the edge. So as you can see, that's all going in together, that gooey mixture, and then we're going to mix it all in with our mixer. This does require a heavy duty mixer, or you will need to do it by hand, just because it does get quite dense as we go along. Now the recipe actually does say that if the mixture doesn't quite come together, to add in a tiny splash of water. At this stage my mixture came together beautifully, I have to say, but later on as I was working the dough and it got a bit dry, waiting for its turn to be worked, I found that adding a bit of boiling hot water to the mix really helped to rejuvenate it and made it more pliable and less cracked to work with. So I thought that that was a really good tip, which I would throw in there for you, because at this point it worked beautifully, but later on I did need to add the water. This is how it looks like when it is ready. I have taken up my mixers. I'm going to scrape it all out, and then I'm going to actually do some mixing by hand just to make sure that I've gotten everything up from the bottom of the bowl. As it turns out, I had, and this mixture turned out really well, and I didn't really need to do it by hand, but I think it's a really good precaution. I'm going to leave the video for day 22 here now, and I'm going to separate the video off so that there's another one coming for day 23, which tells you how I construct the gingerbread. The reason that I'm doing that is that I made a vow to myself this Vlogmas to make shorter videos, because everybody is really busy and everybody's time is important, and you do not need to see 20-minute videos of me making gingerbread. However, you might have time to watch 2 shorter ones throughout your day. So I've been Maria D, you've been awesome, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.